Can couples be friends with benefits? Is that halachically okay? I'm not sure what the question is. Friends with benefits? A relationship should be dependent on no benefits. If it has some benefit that it's dependent on, then it's in danger. But are there benefits? Sure, there are benefits. But that's not the objective. If something is okay halachically, how is it not okay hashkafali? Hashkafasli. Okay is not okay. I don't mean the hechsher. Okay is not okay. Like the example, just because the food is kosher doesn't mean you can eat all you want. So it's okay, but okay is not good enough. Okay means it's not terribly wrong. So that's good enough for you. So hashkafali, you don't want to settle for okay. You want something much better than okay. So there's this word, the difference between a chassid and a mesnagid. A mesnagid is very strict and very careful about the 2 weeks when you're not allowed to touch. A chassid is very careful and very concerned about the 2 weeks when you are allowed. Because you're not allowed, you're not allowed. You don't have to be much of a mensch. But when you are allowed, then you got to be a mensch. Like the difference between fasting and eating. Mesnagdim are good at fasting. A chassid knows how to eat. Eating is much more complicated. Fasting is simple. No. But if you're eating, you have to know how much to eat, you have to know when to eat, you have to know where to eat, you have to know how to eat. That's an avodah. Fasting? It's a shortcut. Like, I don't know whether this is kosher. It's that's it. I'm not eating. That's a cop-out. That's the easy way out. I'm not sure how to treat my wife, so, I'm not going to do nothing. Not acceptable. A chassid knows how to be intimate. And that's more important than when you can't be intimate. What if you want to push him to go learn once a week, daven shachris with a minyan, etc.? Are you overstepping? If you want him to go learn, that's perfect. If you want to push him to go learn, that's dangerous. Because he'll push back. No, pushing. The way you get him to be interested in you is by being irresistible. Get him to learn and daven by making it irresistible. Don't change your tactics. Be a woman in all areas. You don't push him. That's not the way you affect a husband. Imagine if you have to push him to be intimate. The Rebbe once told a woman who was having some hard time with her husband. He said, the trick is you got to make him think that it's his idea. Not tell him your idea. Make him think it's his idea. That's the feminine way The Rebbe called it Socrates' way, because Socrates had that way of arguing in such a way that you decide that you come to the conclusion that it was your idea. What if your intimacy is good with just being with each other, but after, since you didn't finish, you use a tool to do it? Did you just ruin the intimacy because of your selfish need or want? I don't know if you ruined the intimacy, but it could be that you're a little too focused on results. It's not about results. It's not about something. And maybe if you didn't focus on it, it wouldn't be such an issue, and you wouldn't... It's very painful when we set up this artificial expectation, and then we can't get there. So we feel like we are the failure, like there's something wrong with us. And the truth is, there's nothing wrong with you. Who says that you have to perform and that you have to achieve some Olympic medal performance? So I don't know if it ruins the intimacy. Well, if your husband knows that you're doing it, it will ruin the intimacy. It will also ruin him because he'll feel like a total failure. Can husband and wife sleep in the same bed after sex? You mean intimacy. What about if they will not be having sex? Is it okay? Don't have sex with your husband. Sex is something you read about. With your husband, you have intimacy. And we talked about it. If you feel like sleeping afterwards, Gesundheit, but don't make it a habit. He shouldn't make it a habit. What if you're very attracted physically to your husband and it's hard to differentiate between the feeling of wanting him in pure holiness and oneness or him in body? That's a lucky man. If your husband knew this, he would be so happy. You don't know if you want his neshama more than his body or his body more than his neshama? That's good. You're getting both, by the way. Are we our husband's lover? Oh, that is so... Two people having sex for a weekend is called a lover? Wait, you're making fun of love? Why is it called making love? Why? When did that expression begin? In the 60s? You're making love? Is that what you're doing? First of all, love is a feeling. How do you make love? It's a silly expression. But more than that, it reveals something. Why do you call it making love? Why don't you just say what you're doing? You're having sex. Oh, what do you think we are, animals? That's disgusting. Right? We're not having sex. We're making love. Oh, okay. That's nice. But sex is disgusting. So you're actually admitting that it's disgusting and that it needs to be prettied up by calling it love. Oh, love. Okay. Which doesn't make any sense. Because if sex is disgusting, why would you do it with somebody you love? Right? Do it with somebody you hate? This whole thing makes no sense. You can't redeem sex by adding love. It doesn't get any better. and you're just insulting it. On the other hand, if you're having intimacy, you don't have to call it love. There's nothing wrong with intimacy that needs to be fixed. In fact, intimacy is so much better than love. Love is childish compared to intimacy. You love babies. With a husband, you have intimacy. Love becomes petty compared to that. Like in the story of Fiddler on the Roof, where he says, "Do you love me?" And she says, "Do I love you? I'm yours for 25 years. You have all of me. All you're interested is in love? When you have me, you just want love? What are you, a baby?" So intimacy means you have me. Of course it includes my love, but that's just a little detail. So the person you're intimate with is your lover? Maybe, maybe not. Who cares? He's yours. That is much more powerful than lover. He loves a lot of things. He loves his car more than you, which is fine. Love your car, love your money. Just be my husband. Don't be your car's husband. Don't belong to your car. Belong to me. Whew, that was heavy.
That's it?
Yes. And now that we've said it, I will deny it. We never had this conversation because we're not supposed to talk about these things, right?
Are there any other questions?
I was going to ask when you can go tell it to the opposite side now.
Follow up with that then.
Yeah.
We'll have some.
We're only half done. That half is good.